How to overcome anxiety during a pandemic. A pandemic is not something that happens frequently, but whenever it happens, the ramifications can be brutal. One common effect affecting the majority of people during a global outbreak is anxiety. Are you experiencing pandemic uneasiness? Do you feel uneasy about the future post of the pandemic? Do you worry if you and the people you care about will survive or not? If you answered yes to any of the questions, you might be experiencing anxiety, and that is normal. Worrying is a normal response to a crisis like a worldwide virus outbreak. However, some people worry much more than others, and as such, may potentially become a problem that can affect their well being if not correctly addressed. The good news is that there are many ways of managing and overcoming anxiety in stressful situations. The goal is to maintain your mental health even in the most trying circumstances so you can come out on the other side, ready to pick up your life and continue being great. To help you, here are some steps to take to overcome anxiety during a pandemic. 1. Accepting that there are certain things you can change and others that you cannot. In every situation, there are things that you can change and things you cannot change. Acceptance is the first step when dealing with anxiety. Accept that there are things that are beyond your control and influence. Accept that there are things that you can influence. Leave the things that you cannot control those who can and focus on the things that are within your control. By being realistic and focusing on the things you can control, you will be able to focus all your energy into something that will give you results instead of items that will waste your efforts and cause you more worry and stress. Letting go is the most crucial step in dealing with anxiety. However, it is probably the most difficult to take. You have to keep trying until you get it right. It takes some practice. 2. Stay in touch with people close to you and the rest of the world. During a pandemic lockdown, the authorities require that people remain indoors and refrain from their usual activities that include social events and gatherings. Now, humans are designed in such a way that they need social contact to live a healthy life. When you are on lockdown and facing recurrent episodes of anxiety, you have to boost your connection with other people. Stay connected and talk more, especially to people with a positive attitude. When you are on lockdown, physical contact and interactions are prohibited, but texting, phone calls, and video chats are not. So if you are experiencing worry and overwhelming feelings of despair, pick up the phone and chat up some of your family members and friends. You should be careful, though, on the type of people with whom you connect. Staying connected with the right persons will help in maintaining a positive outlook on things. Connecting with pessimistic and negative people, on the other hand, will only worsen any existing anxiety. 3. Try to get out of your head by helping others. Sometimes you can get rid of feelings of doom and worry by helping others. In times of a crisis, there are always many people in need of assistance. These could be the elderly, daycare schools for personnel actively involved in an emergency, volunteering in crisis management centers, homeless people, etc. Helping people in need can give you a great sense of satisfaction and usefulness. It can occupy your time that you would have otherwise used for dark thoughts of doom. It is the perfect way to use your time and forget about your worries. 4. Plan your days. For the most part, people who worry and suffer from anxiety during a pandemic are the people who sit around idle. When you have nothing to do, you get bored and dwell on your thoughts, which fuel anxiety. The best way to enjoy your days during a lockdown is to plan. Know what you are going to do when. Include a mixture of exciting activities and more sober activities. Planning gives your days structure, and it is that structure that will help you overcome anxiety. 5. Always keep things in perspective. Keeping things in view is another recommended way of getting through a crisis like a pandemic. If you get the feeling that things will not get better, try to look at the other side of things, that which says things will get better. If your mind tells you are not going to make it, listen to the other part of your brain that says, of course you will make it. 6. Be careful on the internet. The internet is the gasoline of negative vibrations and feelings of doom. You may go online to get news updates, but you can quickly find yourself down a rabbit hole of pessimistic posts and comments. These types of posts and comments can lead you down a very dark path and where you may find it difficult to recover. It is essential to stay informed, but it is more important to watch your steps on the internet. That is how you overcome anxiety linked to worldwide disasters like a virus pandemic. 7. Finally, know when to seek help. Anxiety is a well known mental condition. In some people, it can quickly become a disorder that can cause more damage than you might think. There are signs that you should keep an eye out for and seek help when you notice them. If you are becoming very irritable, overloaded with negative thoughts, unable to focus on anything, and feeling completely hopeless, it is time to seek help. You can talk to someone you trust to get some help if you live alone or do not have anyone you can trust that way. You should call a healthcare practitioner without delay.